Because I clicked share computer sounds.
I don't think so.
It should only be muting my mic, not my.
Sorry. Well, I had a time maybe my mic's muted because I didn't want the screen that was live with just everyone talking.
Yep.
Who knows what anyone's saying. And that's
Oh, I think it'd be funny. I
Yes.
think it'd be great, actually.
I appreciate that.
But you are live right now. So.
And it's doing the transcription, so it is picking us up.
Oh, wow. Outstanding.
How do I know what people can?
Well, it's.
There's a
I
delay.
can hear it, George. Yes.
Levels are normal, okay.
Well, it's on my iPad. I've got it turned way down.
All right, I'm gonna go back to
I was going to say, if you have earbuds, that would be ideal.
wow, that's a real delay.
Yeah, it should be roughly 7 seconds, maybe more.
Okay. That may create some funny.
It shouldn't, because we're not gonna do things based on what we're seeing on there.
Correct.
Apart from reading from the chat, which is gonna be latent anyway.
Oh, it'll make when my chats appear, they'll appear before they hear it, so it'll be like, I'm still on top of it.
Other way around.
It'll be the
Other way around.
But the chat, I mean, what it does in the chat is immediate, it won't be delayed, right?
Sure, but
Oh.
it's gonna be in response to what we say, right?
Well, if George just follows along with the script, it should be okay then.
Well, if I'm basic internet, the moment you
Yep.
say it, it'll come out together.
Yes.
No, they won't.
Yes. Yes, you're right. You're right.
No. Okay.
I'm going to turn the volume on this thing off.
It says something,
Love it.
so it'll look like a
Okay. What time is it? That says 10.
5 to 10.
5 to 10. Okay. We are exactly where we are supposed to be.
Yep.
I love it when the woman thought was.
So here's how it works now. I was telling you before, see how it keeps the controls up here. But I can't get to my browser.
That's not what I wanted. Okay, that is now accurate. Great. I'm going to go ahead and take a seat. We are at 3 minutes till go. Go ahead and do it. Go ahead and, I don't mean to be loud. Go ahead and do it now, and just in case we have any issues. Are we all ready?
Are we rolling?
Almost. My clock says 9:59.
So when the people turn on their cameras to see each other, do I
There
stand
isn't,
out?
everything's muted.
Everything's muted right now, yeah. Okay, I'm sorry, you missed that.
So when the Zoom audience turns on their cameras to see each other, do I stand out and turn around and wave?
Sure. I say go for it.
Okay,
We ready? Yeah. All right.
okay.
Good luck, guys.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to our Sunday services at First Unitarian Church of St. Louis. My name is Adam Lunter, and my pronouns are he, him, and his. And I am a member of your worship committee. I'm glad you could join us this morning. I especially want to welcome any visitors to our congregation. If you are new, please fill out a newcomer form found at the link in the chat window below. In that chat, you will also find a few other useful links, including the order of service for today, our YouTube channel where service recordings are posted, and information about our religious education programs for families with children. Automated closed captioning is also available for those who would find it helpful. Just click on live transcript at the bottom of your screen and then show subtitle. Today is our first Sunday service with the new live streaming system in the church building. Yay! Yes. We are excited to be working with a new technology that will expand our accessibility, and we appreciate your patience as we work to get rid of any snags or snafus. Do note for the time being that we have moved the time to wave and greet each other to the end of the service. Two announcements this morning. First, we are looking for volunteers to help with the new live streaming system under the guidance of our new AV technicians. You'll assist with Sunday service live streams and other tech needs. No experience needed, just willingness to learn. For more details and to sign up, please see this week's e-news. Next Sunday, October 3rd, will be another in-person outdoor Sunday service, and we hope you will join us at 9:30 or at 11 a.m. in the church parking lot for a special animal blessing service. Check your e-news for the link to RSVP for your spot, and don't forget to bring your beloved pets. Welcome to this religious community where we affirm the dignity and freedom of all who enter. Here, we seek to live together in relationship and respect so that we may embrace and celebrate our differences. Our religious values invite us to a shared journey of truth and meaning. Sincerity and connection guide our religious community and call us into a deeper association with ourselves and our world. Welcome. We're glad you're a part of us this morning. And now, please enjoy live offertoire by Caesar Frank, performed by our organist, Earl Naylor.
Morning. I am the Reverend Kim Mason. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I serve this congregation as minister. It is good to be with you this morning. We are here in the sanctuary for the first time in a year and a half. It's very exciting today. Our theme of the month is embracing possibility. And our opening words come from Marianne Hatchin Cotter. Welcome to this place of possibility. This is love's hearth, the home of hope. Here, compassion is our shelter. In this abode, may we find comfort and courage. Here, may our sight become vision to glimpse the good that is yet to be.
From Diana of Themyscira, also known as Wonder Woman. We have a saying, my people: don't kill if you can wound. Don't wound if you can subdue. And don't subdue if you can pacify. And don't raise your hand at all until you first extended it.
It has been so nice to have fall weather this week. However, one of the things that happens to me when the seasons change is that my throat gets a little sore. And when that happens, I drink throat coat tea. Unfortunately, throat coat tea is made with licorice. And so I have to put a lot of honey in it just to be able to drink it down. Today's story is also about honey. Once upon a time, a queen sat on her balcony eating rice cakes and honey with her chief advisor. As they ate, they gazed down at the street below. The queen pointed to something in the distance, and as she did, a drop of honey from her rice cake landed on the balcony railing. "My queen, you have spilled a drop of honey," observed the advisor. "Shall I call a servant to clean it up?" But the queen laughed. "Ha ha! A little drop of honey is not my problem. Someone will clean it up later." They went on eating and talking as the drop of honey warmed in the sunlight, and it began to slowly drip down the side of the railing until it landed below on the street with a plop. "Your Highness," the advisor said, "that drop of honey has now fallen into the street where it is attracting flies. Shouldn't we call a servant to clean it up?" But the queen again yawned. "Ah, a little drop of honey and a few flies are not my problem. Someone will deal with it later." Soon a lizard darted out from underneath the palace wall and began to catch the flies on its tongue. Then a cat sprang from the baker's shop and began to bat the lizard back and forth like a toy. Just then, a dog charged out from the butcher's shop and began to bite the cat on its neck. "Your Highness," the advisor implored, "now flies have attracted a lizard, which attracted a cat, which is now being attracted by a dog. Shouldn't we call someone to stop the fight?" But the queen only stretched and shook her head at her advisor. "Oh, relax. A small animal fight is," can you guess what she said? "Not my problem. Someone will surely see to it." And in fact, someone did see to it. She saw the dog attacking her cat and ran out with her rolling pin and began to hit the dog. And then the butcher heard his dog howling and ran out with his broom and began to hit the cat. And then the neighboring shopkeepers all began to take sides, joining in the fight. Then some soldiers came along, but some knew the butcher and some knew the baker. So the soldiers too took sides in the fight, and the battle grew. It grew and grew and grew until a great battle waged in the streets. People were throwing rocks through windows and tipping over vendor carts. Someone picked up a torch from the wall and hurled it through a window. Fire raged, and eventually it spread to the palace. The next thing they knew, the queen and her advisor were being escorted down a ladder from the balcony into the street below because the palace itself was in flames. Later that day, when the fire had died out, the queen and her advisor surveyed the ruins of their land. Suddenly, the queen stopped in the street underneath where her balcony had been. She reached down and touched something in a small puddle on the ground. "It's honey," she said, remembering. "I guess I should have cleaned up that drop of honey in the first place. Now my whole kingdom has been lost because of it." That was the last day the queen ever said, "It's not my problem." Ways that we make our community stronger is through the weekly sharing of our joys and concerns. I invite us all to quiet our minds, open our hearts, and feel the connection of community. This week, we send our love and sympathy to Joel Knapp, First Unitarian Choir Director, whose brother died this week in Florida from complications of COVID and pneumonia. I now invite you to type any sorrows or concerns you're holding into the group chat window. Sympathy for Joel. More condolences for Joel. Sadness at a friend who passed away this week. Love and support to Joel. Condolences to Joel. Concern about a further treatment for breast cancer. Concern for an exhausted work team. Concern over starting a new medication and fear that it won't work. Concern for all those affected by COVID and their caregivers. Sadness at overburdened healthcare workers. Worry for a friend who continues to withdraw from life. We hold these sorrows along with those unnamed in our hearts and hope that they are lighter because they are shared. As a community, we also share our joys with one another. This week, we wish Jim Stoyan a very happy birthday. He is turning 75. Contact Lynn Hunt if you would like to send him a card. And we celebrate with Kay and Larry Dusenberry, who welcomed their fourth grandchild, first granddaughter, Sadie Ruth Dusenberry, on September 17th. She and proud parents Jessica and son Todd are doing well in Arlington, Massachusetts. I invite you to type any joys you wish to share into the group chat window. A mother recovering from renal failure. Live streaming from the sanctuary. Seeing the sanctuary again. Congratulations to Larry and Kay. Pride and excitement for a friend who is going back to school and starting classes tomorrow. Seeing the symphony in Forest Park. Making new friends at work. Happy birthday to Jim. Joy at a youngest child turning 19 and showing signs of growth. Joy for meeting friends, old and new, at Tower Grove Pride. A second grandson, born in August. Gratitude for a beautiful walk and an outdoor breakfast this morning. We hold these joys in community. May they be magnified because they are shared.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Sabrina. I'm the ministerial intern, and my pronouns are they, them. Let us be in the spirit of prayer. Spirit of life and love, God of many names and of no name at all, be with us as we start a new week and a new day. Remind us of what is possible, that there must be light if there are shadows, that there can be forgiveness if there is wrongdoing, and faith can rise from within despair. Open our eyes to the wonder and beauty of the world around us, and help us live with hope, one breath at a time. Amen.
Fuente de amor, ven hacia mí, y al corazón
Our first reading is from What Makes Wonder Woman a Hero by Rachel Montpellier. Wonder Woman, also known as Diana Prince, and Diana, Princess of Themyscira, has super strength, dons bullet-deflecting bracelets, wields a lasso that compels people to tell the truth, and is quite literally a goddess. But those aren't her greatest powers. As Patty Jenkins, the director of the 2017 smash hit Wonder Woman and its sequel, Wonder Woman 1984, sees it, love, compassion, kindness, and goodness are the keys to Diana's heroism. Heroism involves keeping your love and compassion intact while you try to change the world. The second reading comes from A Marvelous Victory by Howard Zinn. To be hopeful in bad times is not just foolishly romantic. It is based on the fact that human history is a history not only of cruelty, but also of compassion, sacrifice, courage, and kindness. What we choose to emphasize in this complex history will determine our lives. If we only see the worst, it destroys our capacity to do something. If we remember those times and places, and there are so many, where people have behaved magnificently, this gives us the energy to act and at least the possibility of sending the spinning top of a world in a different direction. And if we do act, in however small a way, we don't have to wait for some grand utopian future. The future is an infinite succession of presents, and to live now as we think human beings should live, in defiance of all that is bad around us, is a marvelous victory.
Inspiring lives of loving kindness and integrity by nurturing spirituality, building community, and advancing justice. Your donations contribute to keeping that mission alive. Please give generously.
So many friends who've had to say goodbye. So many broken hearts struck open wide. The sadness flows like rivers deep inside. We need each other in these trying times. So circle round each other side by side, and may we heal these wounds.
got my lasso of truth. Got my silver bracelets. Thank you. Comic book author Gail Simone said, "If you need to stop an asteroid, you call Superman. If you need to solve a mystery, you call Batman. But if you need to end a war, you call Wonder Woman." Wonder Woman, also known as Diana Prince, is considered the most iconic female superhero of all time. While not the first female superhero of all time, she is the only one to remain steadily in publication since her original creation and all the way to the present day. Created in 1941 by avowed feminist William Moulton Marston, Wonder Woman was Marston's answer to a world still recovering from World War I and just beginning World War II. Marston believed that in creating Wonder Woman, he was creating an example of the type of female leadership that would take the world in a more peaceful direction. In a letter to comics historian Colton Wag, he said, "Frankly, Wonder Woman is psychological propaganda for the new type of woman who should, I believe, rule the world." Now, Wonder Woman has had many incarnations in the 80 years since she was first introduced, including some where she loses her superpowers. But it isn't her superpowers that make her a hero. It's her heart, or as our first reading explained, her love, compassion, kindness, and goodness. It's no mistake that Wonder Woman's heroism is grounded in what are considered more feminine characteristics, which invites us to consider why. In her 2017 book, Down Girl, Cornell philosopher Kate Manne describes a system in which one class of people, the human givers, are expected to offer their time, attention, affection, and bodies willingly to the other class of people, the human beings. The implication is that human beings have a moral obligation to be or express their humanity, while human givers have a moral obligation to give their humanity to the human beings. Born on the hidden island Themyscira to the Amazon warrior women, Diana believes she has a moral obligation to save humanity. So she willingly gives up her home, her community, and her safety. In the 2017 film Wonder Woman, Diana leaves the island to stop World War I, which she believes has been caused by Ares, the god of war. She says, "I used to want to save the world, to end war and bring peace to mankind. But then I glimpsed the darkness that lives in their light. I learned that inside each one of them, there will always be both. The choice each must make for themselves is something no hero will ever defeat. But defeat it she does with the power of love."
It's about what you believe. And I believe in love.
The power of love. This is her power. In our second reading this morning, Howard Zinn reminded us that human history is a history not only of cruelty, but also of compassion, sacrifice, courage, kindness. Believing in the possibility of humanity, believing in love, Diana does defeat the war god Ares, which ultimately leads to the end of World War I. I now invite you to meditate on the possibility of believing in love.
Our meditation comes from Sam Trumbore, Holding Reality and Possibility Together. I invite you now into a time of gratitude, reflection, renewal, and hope. What an unearned blessing to delight in this calming space, to hear the robin's song again at daybreak, to feel the warmth in this community, and to enjoy the promise of fall upon us. Each moment of wakefulness has so many gifts that offer energy and delight, yet they too often seem unavailable as the weight of our troubles presses down on us. The threats to our well-being, real or exaggerated, feel like mosquitoes in the night looking for a place to land. Minds become captive to rising floodwaters, forceful, murky, threatening, and ominous. Even in moments of great danger, the direction of attention is a choice. Fear can dominate the mind, binding it like a straitjacket, or love can unbind it and open it to resource and opportunity. The soil of the mind can be watered with kindness. The thorns can be removed one by one to appreciate the buds ready to flower. Great possibilities await us, even if all we can see is a cliff before us. The grandeur of life, of which we are a part, scatters rainbows in every direction, even as the deluge approaches. Holding reality and possibility together is the holy, hope-filled work of humanity, if we choose it again and again in love.
Holding reality and possibility together is exactly what Diana learns to do. Faced with the reality that humans can choose both to act with love and sacrifice and choose to act with malice and hate, she realizes that what you believe matters. When you believe in love, you believe in the possibility of a fair and peaceful world where people can live in cooperation and collaboration, and where everyone can thrive. When you believe in love, then you act from a place of connection and giving. Wonder Woman is a human giver. In man's critique of human givers and human beings, it is women who are most often in the position of being human givers. However, the way to fix the imbalance between human givers and human beings is not to make everyone a human being, but rather for everyone to act as a human giver. Generous, kind, committed to the welfare of others, and rooted in relationship. And so it is in the 2020 film Wonder Woman 1984 that we find Diana calling on everyone to be human givers. A powerful wish-granting crystal falls into the hands of a villain. Each wish that it grants has a cost. Each wish has an effect, and it results in a cascading and interconnected waterfall of greed, loss, fear, war, and impending apocalypse. Not unlike our story for all ages. People are making wishes and ignoring the effects as not their problem. The only way to avert total annihilation is for each person who made a wish to rescind it, including Diana. On a worldwide broadcast, Diana, grieving the loss of giving up her own wish, the return of a beloved loved one, reminds everyone of the interconnected nature of our humanity and encourages people to give up their wish in order to save the world. Here is the scene.
I've never wanted anything more. But he's gone. That's the truth. And everything has a price. One I'm not willing to pay. Not anymore. This world was a beautiful place, just as it was. And you cannot have it all. You can only have the truth. And the truth is enough. The truth is beautiful. So look at this world. And look at what your wish is costing it. You must be the hero. Only you can save the day. Renounce your wish if you want to save this world.
Why would I? When it's finally my turn! The world belongs to me! You can't stop me, no one can!
I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to everyone else. Because you're not the only one who has suffered. Who wants more. Who wants them back. Who doesn't want to be afraid anymore. Or alone.
Stop! Cut the signal! Stop!
Or frightened. Or powerless. Because you're not the only one who imagined a world where everything was different.
Only you can save the day. But she met everyone, didn't she? All of us can save the world. If there is a theology of Wonder Woman, it is that we are all interconnected, that our actions matter and affect others. As Unitarian Universalists, we express this understanding in our seventh principle. Respect for the interdependent web of all existence, of which we are a part. This principle is often understood as our connection to the earth and the environment. It is also an expression of process relational theology, which expresses faith in a radically interdependent universe, where, in the words of theologian Marjorie Hewitt Sutachji, everything matters. Everything has an effect. Whether we say, "Not my problem," or whether we say, "I believe in love," our choices have an impact. Howard Zinn said, "If we do act, in however small a way, we don't have to wait for some grand utopian future. The future is an infinite succession of presents, and to live now as we think human beings should live, in defiance of all that is bad around us, is itself a marvelous victory." In a world racked with inequity, natural disasters, political upheaval, and pandemic, marvelous victory feels ambitious. But each time we choose love, that is the victory. It is our faith as Unitarian Universalists to choose love. Now I know that only love can truly save the world. So I stay, I fight, and I give for the world I know can be, says Wonder Woman at the end of the 2017 film. This is what makes Wonder Woman a true hero. The wisdom of Wonder Woman is that we can each be a human giver, that we can draw strength from our compassion and create change with our love. We can each save the world. In the words of Wonder Woman, no matter how small an act of kindness or generosity or simple positivity you put out into the world, it will make a difference. Now please join in singing our closing hymn.
We would be one, that's how we join in singing our hymn of love, to pledge ourselves anew to that high cause of greater understanding of who we are and what in us is true. We would be one. searching for that meaning that finds our hearts and points us on our way. As one we pledge ourselves to greater service, with love and justice strive to make us free.
Our closing words come from the Reverend Nancy Reed McKee. Our community knows no boundaries. We are not confined by the physical limits of walls, or for that matter, what often binds us, restricts us, holds us back. We are freer than we know when we release ourselves and each other from expectations of what is needed for true community. We are here together in this space. I see you. I hear you. I love you. Go in peace. Amen. And blessed be.